الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ومن اتبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين أما بعد. To proceed. Today, inshallah ta'ala, we will answer the questions related to al-lassu wa shaytaan. So, the first question therefore, السؤال الأول. يا شبازو اقرأ السؤال الأول. Read the first question, please.
I don't have the sheet. I don't have that sheet.
Right. I will read the first question. Right. ماذا اشترى الناسك؟ ماذا اشترى الناسك؟ ناسك. Right. ماذا اشترى الناسك? Or if we're going to read it without stopping, ماذا اشترى الناسك. Right. ماذا means
What?
what. اشترى means
He bought.
he bought. الناسك we know is the hermit. And the nasiku is marfu'un because
It is the fa'il fi'lun.
not the fi'lun. The fi'lun is ishtara.
Oh, that's the verb. It's the person doing it.
Right, the fa'ilun.
Fa'il.
And the fa'ilun is always
Yeah.
marfu'un.
Marfu'un. What's
Right.
the
Marfu'un bid-damma, with a damma.
yeah.
Okay? So ماذا اشترى ناسك, and that's important, right? Because this sentence is still considered to be a jumlatul fi'liya. So even though it begins with a mother is what they call kalimatul istifham, a word that is used for the purpose of asking a question, right, to learn something. But ماذا اشترى الناسك, this is still a jumlatul fi'liya, and that's important because it helps us to understand who or what the question means by understanding who the doer is. Okay? Because if that didn't have a dhamma on and you just said ماذا اشترى الناسك and you didn't know what the ending was there, it wouldn't make sense, would it? Because that ماذا اشترى means
What did he?
what did he buy? And then can you see if you put a fatha on there, what does that mean? ماذا اشترى الناسك, it doesn't make sense. Or if there was a kasra on it, it only makes sense in this one instance where it has a dhamma on, because then that tells us that's the doer of the thing that was bought. Yeah?
Yeah.
ماذا اشترى الناسك. Right, so this one's nice and easy. Okay, the answer is
He bought a cow.
right, it's a complete sentence.
Then I would say the hermit bought a cow. Yeah.
Yeah?
So it's probably the first line. So it'll be Ishtara
اشترى
nasikun.
اشترى
Ishtara nasikun.
الناسك
Bakaratan.
بقرة. Good. اشترى الناسك بقرة. اشترى الناسك بقرة. Okay. The nasik اشترى bought بقرة, a cow. Okay. اشترى الناسك بقرة, and that is a
Jumlatul
fi'liya. Okay, that's our classical jumlatul fi'liya. Fi'lun fa'ilun maf'ulun bihi. Okay? اشترى الناسك بقرة. If we wanted to say, I bought a cow, we would say, اشتريت بقرة. Okay? If we wanted to say, you, single male, bought a cow, we would say, اشتريت بقرة. And if we wanted to say, if our doer الناسك was female, okay, so if that was الناسكة, then how would the verb change here? Not اشتريتي, because that's اشترت. It becomes اشترت. Actually it becomes اشترتل الناسكة, because of two sukoons. Right? Shabazz?
No.
Okay? So ordinarily it would be ishtarat, but you can't have two sukoons together. So it becomes ishtaratin nasikatu baqaratan. That is the first question. Is that clear?
No.
Right. Anam al-haq. The second, اقرأ السؤال الثانية. Read the second question.
من
مشى
وراء ناسكة.
Right. من مشى وراء الناس. What goes on the calf هنا? الناسي. الناسك. من مشى وراء الناسك. من مشى وراء الناس.
Key.
Key. Why key? Why is it key?
Because of ra'a.
Because of wara'a. Don't confuse wara'a for ra'a. He saw.
Behind.
This is wara'a. This is from what type of word is this?
Is a harf makan.
ظروف. ظروف من ظروف المكان. ظرف من ظروف المكان. Okay, that's what it's like. Khalfa.
Position related.
Okay, more commonly, khalfa is used.
Yeah.
Behind.
Yeah.
Okay, what's in front?
Amama.
Amama. To the right.
Yes, sir.
Yamina. To the left.
Yes, sir.
Yasara.
Yamina, yes, sir.
Okay. من مشى وراء الناسكي. Right, so the answer to this question is?
The shaitan walked behind it. Is it asking who walked behind it?
Yeah, من مشى. Who walked behind الناسك?
Shaytaan.
Just. So how do we begin this sentence?
That would be
The verb.
With the verb, good. The verb is?
Masha.
مشى.
Shaytaan. وراء الناس.
Right, so we're going to say مشى, and then
الشيطان.
مشى الشيطان. مشى الشيطان.
وراء الناس.
Right, but I don't think it's just a shaitan, is it?
عند اللصوص.
Right. مشى الشيطان
واللصوص.
واللص. واللص. Then
Then the rest of the sentence.
وراء.
الناس.
وراء الناس كي. مشى الشيطان واللص وراء الناس كي. Right? So here, again, what type of sentence is this?
جملة الفعل.
Jumlat al-Fi'liya begins with a fi'lun. Then we have the fa'il الشيطان and اللص. Okay. مشى الشيطان واللص وراء الناس كي. Is that clear? Just one point. That's nice and simple, right? All we have is the jumlatul fi'liya, begins with the fi'lun, and then we have our dua,
Yeah.
right? But if, because it's still allowed to begin with your dua,
Yeah.
okay? If we begin with ash-shaytanu wal-lassu, then we said, or we use the verb, right?
Yeah.
So we have ash-shaytanu wal-lassu. Now we want to use the verb, because some people do this. It's not incorrect. And we use the verb. What form of the verb will it be?
Dual.
It will be dual. Why?
Because of two of them, Shaytaan and
Right, because we've mentioned the dua now.
first.
Right? Shabazz? We've mentioned them. Remember, when the sentence begins with the fi'lun, then
Single.
it's singular. And it only matches in gender. But once you've mentioned the dua, then in that instance, the verb number has to match the dua. So what's the dual of masha?
Ina sound, Masha'ina.
Masha'ina is the dual.
Mashatuma.
No. Right. If we have kataba, the dual is easy. He wrote kataba. How do we make it the dual?
Katabtuma. That's past tense.
Katabtuma is you too wrote, not they
Oh,
too wrote.
it's kataba.
Right. You place an alif on the end, don't you? Kataba,
Masha'a.
shariba, akala, nama, qala.
Yeah.
Right?
Masha.
Kataba. So how do we make masha into the dual?
Masha'a.
It becomes mashaya. Mashaya. Right?
But the sentence wouldn't start like that though, right?
No, but it could do.
The sentence could start like this.
Yes. It could start like this. You could say ash-shaytan walasu mashaya wara'a an-nasiki.
Yeah. That's what we normal in English.
Yeah, like if you in English, that's how you'd say it, because the subject comes first,
First, yeah.
right? But just be aware that the dual of masha is mashaya.
In English we'll say Shaytaan and Lasso was following.
Yeah, walked behind nasik.
So that's
Okay,
yeah.
is that clear?
No.
Right, that one was nice and easy too. Right, as-su'ala al-thalitha, the third question. Ya shabazu iqra, read.
ماذا
ماذا
أريد
أراد
أراد اللص أن يسرق
اللص أن
يسرق
يسرق. What goes on the qaf? أن يسرق
Ka.
أن يسرق. ماذا أراد اللص أن يسرق? So, what does that question mean? ماذا, you know?
What?
أراد,
Decide.
not decide. أراد, أردت, أردت, أرادت. Present tense is أريد.
Oh, wanted.
Wanted. أراد, he wanted. ماذا أراد اللص أن يسرق?
What did he want to steal?
What? اللص.
The thief.
What did the thief want to steal? Okay. So, to answer this question, we begin with arada. Right? Arada al-lassu
أن يسرق بقرة.
An yasriqa. I'm sure this is your question, Shabazz. An yasriqa baqara 10. أراد اللص أن يسرق بقرة 10. Okay, so we begin with arada, he wanted, fi'lun, then we have a fa'ilun al-lassu, al-lassu, and yasriqa, 2, he steals, baqara 10, a cow. Well, I think in this instance it would be the cow, wouldn't it? Because we know which one it is. Al-baqara arada al-lassu an yasriqa al-baqara. Right? Nothing complicated there, right? Note the use of an prior to the fi'lul mudari', the present tense. It makes it mansubun. Arada al-lassu an yasriqa al-baqara. Then we have the cow, which is the maf'ulun bihi, the object, which is why it's mansubun. Okay? Now, the only point to note here is this verb arada. Arada means he wanted. Now this verb here, it has a letter in it which is considered to be weak. Okay? Which is why when you mention the second person you wanted, it becomes aradtu or aradta. Arad. See, that's aradta. You wanted. Aradta. I wanted is aradtu. We wanted is aradna. Okay? So just bear in mind that when you have a verb of this form, where in this instance it's the third letter, is an alif, which is considered to be a weak letter, this is how it changes. Okay? Similarly, in the present tense, because this 4-letter verb, because it begins with a hamza, alif hamza, in the present tense it's uridu. Uridu. Uridu, I want. Turidu, you want. Yuridu, he wants. Okay? So for example, if I wanted to say I want to go to the park, I would say Uridu an adhaba ila al-hadiqati. Okay? Uridu, I want, an adhaba, to go, but literally it's I want, I go, ila al-hadiqati. And if we wanted to say he wants to go to the park, we say what's he wants? Yuridu an yadhhaba ila al-hadiqati. You want to go to the park, single male.
Single male. Turidu
an adhhaba ila. No, you can't say turidu an adhhaba ila al-hadiqati, because that means you want that I go to the park. Right? If you say turidu an adhhaba إلى الحديقة. That means you want that I go to the park. But we want to say you want to go to the park.
تريد تذهب.
أن تذهب
تذهب.
إلى الحديقة.
Yeah. So that's too much.
Right. Is that clear? Shabazz? Right. The fourth question. Is there a fourth question?
Yeah.
The fourth question is
ماذا أراد الشيطان أن يفعل؟
right. So the fourth one is ماذا أراد
الشيطان
ماذا أراد الشيطان أن يفعل. Right. ماذا أراد الشيطان أن يفعل? What does that mean?
What did the shaitan want to do?
Right. What did the shaitan want to do? How do we say, what did you, single male, want to do?
single male تفعل.
Yeah, but you need this bit first.
Alright.
ماذا?
تريد.
What did you want?
Alright, past tense.
What did you want, sir? Urid. Is it Urid?
Uridu is I want. That's present. We need the past for you wanted.
You wanted, so
أردت. ماذا أردت
أردت
أن
تفعل.
تفعل. ماذا أردت? What did you want? أن تفعل, to do. Yeah? Shabazz?
Is it not taf'alu?
No, because we have an before it.
Alright.
And made it not so.
Okay?
Else it would be taf'alu.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ordinarily it's taf'alu.
Yeah.
There'd be no reason for it not to be, but an makes it mansubun.
Yeah.
So it's important that when you read a sentence like this, particularly when you're learning, you should think to yourself, okay, I know that means ماذا أراد الشيطان أن يفعل, meaning what did the shaitan want to do? I know that, but how do I change it? What did I want to do? What did she want to do? What did you want to do? What did we want to do? You know, particularly when you're learning, it's important to challenge yourself just to make sure that you know how to change it. Otherwise, you never move out of your comfort zone of just being able to understand it when you read it and when it's written, but not having the ability, not learning the skill of being able to change it to different people. Okay, so ماذا أراد الشيطان أن يفعل? Here it is.
He wanted to kidnap the Nasik.
Right, so how do we begin?
The verb.
أراد الشيطان.
أراد أراد الشيطان right الشيطان أراد الشيطان and
أختطف.
Oh.
Kidnap.
N, don't forget the N,
Yeah.
right, N
And
يختطف.
يختطف يختطف
الناسك.
أراد الشيطان أن يختطف الناس why الناس الناس كو
It's the object.
Right, good, because it's the object. أراد الشيطان أن يختطف الناسك. Nice and simple, right?
Yeah.
So long as you know that verb to kidnap, or he kidnaps, and you can change it, it should be straightforward. أراد الشيطان أن يختطف الناسك. And the nasika here is mansubun because it's the maf'ulun bihi. Right? So, the next question.
هل سرق اللص البقرة؟
Right, good. هل سرق اللص البقرة؟ هل سرق اللص البقرة. So what does that mean, Shabazz? هل سرق اللص البقرة؟
I don't know what saraka means.
سرق.
Steal. Yasrik.
Oh, yasrik. Oh, right. Right, he wants to steal. He steals. Probably how? How
Did.
How? Oh, did the lassu, the thief, steal the cow?
Right, good. Did, hal just means did.
Did
Introduces a question.
he steal the saraka?
Al-lassu, the thief, saraqa, steal al-baqarata. Okay? And the answer is?
I didn't finish the story.
La.
Right. So we're going to begin with either na'am or la
No.
to indicate yes or no. Right? Hal saraqa al-lassu al-baqarata, and he didn't. So we're going to say la.
La.
Then we're going to say,
Saraka, the verb.
it's easy this now, we just need to negate the rest of the sentence.
Saraka lassu. No, the thief didn't steal the cow.
Right? But how do we negate saraqa? La just negates the question. We need now to negate the verb.
It's not kana, is it?
No, it's much easier than that.
Laisa, ma.
Ma. La. Ma.
Masala.
Saraqa. Al-lassu.
Al-Baqarah.
Al-lassu al-baqarata. Yeah? Al-baqarata. La. Ma saraqa al-lassu al-baqarata.
No, the Shaytaan didn't steal that.
Okay? So remember, there's in effect two negations here. The first is la. That just negates the premise of the question, which is did the thief steal the cow? The answer is no.
No.
He didn't. So it's la, negating the premise of the question. Then we negate the actual verb by saying ma saraqa. Ma saraqa. Okay? Al-lassu al-baqarata. So that's one way of negating saraqa al-lassu al-baqarata. The other way that we could negate it, is that clear, Shabazz?
No.
Right, the other way that we could negate it is we could say la, and then,
Laisa. No.
yeah, you could use a laysa, but the more common one is lam.
Yeah, past tense, yeah. Lam.
Lam. But you can't use a lam with saraqa, can you?
Lam yasrik.
Well, you have to use then yasriq. Okay? Lam yasriq al-lassu al-baqarata. Okay? La lam yasriq al-lass al-baqarata. Right, Shabazz? Because we can't use the pest with a lam. Okay? Now the only issue here, there's two sukoons. So that becomes lam yasriqil baqara lam yasriqil lassu al-baqarata. Okay, that's why when you read in Al-Quran and you see that lam, and then you notice that there's kasra on the last letter of the fi'lun, it's because you can't have two sukoons. Okay? La lam yasriq al-lasu al-baqarata. Okay? Right. And if we wanted to change it completely and say, no, the thief will not steal al-baqarata, will not, in the future, we just need to change one word here. Which one is it? Lam is he didn't. Lam yasriq, he didn't steal. What if we wanted to say he will not steal? What do we change? We mentioned it.
Sayasriq.
No. We change a lam to
Lam.
lan. Okay? Lan. La. Lan yas. So that means no, the thief will not steal al-baqarata. Shabazz, you look
And what was
worried.
the previous sentence?
Lam, yes.
La lam yasriq al-lasu al-baqarata. No, the thief did not steal the cow. Now we want to say no, the thief will not steal. This isn't the answer to the question.
No.
Just another sentence. Right?
Lam, yes.
Remember the difference between lam and lan?
Yeah, we did it.
One is near future, one is near past.
Lam negates it in the past. Lan negates it in the future. Now the only problem with this is now is you can't say lan yasriq. It becomes mansubun. Remember that lan makes the fi'lul mudari mansubun. So it becomes la lan yasriqal lassu al-baqarata. Right? But as I said, this isn't the answer to a question, this is just another sentence to illustrate the use of a lan. Okay? Is that clear? Right. So,